Hello, welcome to another draft for my channel. Hope you're having a better day than I am. We just had a 5-win Witherbloom deck, which my Witherbloom decks had not been doing well. This was the best performing one that I think I've got. I think before that I was only getting 3 or 4 wins with any version I had ever gotten. Find the deck pretty difficult to get into, and it was kind of forced on us. Started with a blue paradigm spell, didn't get there, so hoping that whatever goods I can open I can just stick with. I've had a long stretch of opening a bomb rare in pack 1 and just getting into a spot where I couldn't even play it, or forcing it so hard that my deck is garbage afterwards. Anyway, and we got a good rare in Wild Growth Archaic. Trample Reach converts, it enters with +1/+1 counter for each color, so it can be 4. Whenever you cast a creature spell, it enters with an additional X counters, where X is the number of colors spent to cast it. So it's solid. If it wasn't in the pack and it was like a rare land, it's a really rough call after that. Like probably this Inkshade Demonstrator. Is that we don't really have good removal options. Silver Curl Charm is a very good charm for the Silver Curl deck, obviously, but you kind of want to stay a little bit more open and take like a monocolored card if you can, when it's that close between picks. And it may not even be close, it may just be that guy is just head and shoulders above everything else. Here we get some really good options. Sundering Archaic is really good to go with our first pick, Archaic. In the Hunt is solid. A Braid is amazing. And Send in the Pests probably in 4th place. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebel Rouser. I don't just love In the Hunt. It tends to be just the answer you need, but sometimes it isn't. I think a Braid is just the best card here, though Sundering Archaic is quite good. But it is just a removal spell on a stick, and an expensive one at that. Here we have the most powerful card for any of the deck archetypes that I'm looking at here. Might actually be Bogwater Lumerate. This effect is decent in the Silver Quill decks. You don't want to pick it to get into that deck. You want to be willing these once you're already in there. Proctor's Gaze is a really good card, but it's not a reason to be in a soup deck. Tackle Artist within a Braid. Crop Rotation just isn't a card. You gotta sack a land to search for a land. I'm gonna take Lumerate, though. It may be Primary Research. Primary Research is one that I've actually kind of come down on a lot. Here we can take followed up with a Pest Mascot. Old Growth Educator and Pest Mascot both being in this pack, kind of starting to signal the Witherbloom deck is open, though I don't love it. The other pick here being a Brush Off or a Pigment Wrangler, or just Essence Scatter. Actually, Essence Scatter is the best card in the pack. And I think that's what I want to do in these first couple picks, is just pick the best card in the pack, because we don't really have a lane right now. we might end up playing 0 of these cards in the deck by the end of it. So just stay as open as possible and hope to find the right spot. So here, Pest Mascot 5 with no other much better cards. Interjection's good if you're specifically Silver Quill again, so it's Cost of Brilliance. It's good if you're in, well, any black deck, I guess. It's good enough. Bane Shopkeepers, whatever. Seize the Spoils, kind of whatever. So, we will take this. Then we get another Pest Mascot. Additive Evolution, Knockout Maneuver. All solid cards. I like Knockout Maneuver a little less than the just common fight spell because the common one's instant speed. This is and 2 mana instead of 3. So I'm going to take this Pest Mascot. Though I really do like Additive Evolution. But I think the Witherbloom deck, to be good, you want Loomer, it's on 2, Pest Mascot on 3. That's pretty much the dream curve. You want as many of these as possible. Here, Pox Plague is not a card, but nothing else in here is. I think I've actually come up on Mage Tower Referee quite a bit. Your decks do end up with a good amount of gold cards, and then something that you can recur stuff from the graveyard to replay your gold cards, and it gets a lot of added value. Here the best card is, if I'm sticking in the Witherbloom, it's this, but Arcane Omens is just the best card here. We still may not be Witherbloom, and this isn't like amazing in Witherbloom anyway. I'd much rather just have creatures. Speaking of third Pest Mascot, and we're just not seeing a lot of stuff for the other decks coming around. Ooh, pick 10 Tenured Concoctor. Pick 11 Tenured Concoctor. Pick 12 Pest Mascot. Okay, I think it's pretty clear we found the right lane. Mana Sculpt. It's a good counter. Got another Wild Growth Archaic, which is pretty good because we can just get it down on 2. There is Calling Ritual, which is a niche like removal spell. Environmental Scientist is really good. Wander Off is really good. But I want this deck to just curve out every game. I want Bog, Water, Loomer. Galore. But we might will them. And I'm supposed to take Wander Off or Archaic. No, my decks just get so low on interaction. I think everyone else is just way higher on interaction than I am, and I may need to correct for that and start picking up interaction over some other stuff. Last gasps or first year? Take the last gasp. Here we get nothing. Like legit nothing. We could take this on a splash. It would only be like double. For us, it's double black and a single white pip. Oh, we've got 5 drops already. I'm going to rare draft. Take the gems. Magus of the Library. Huh. Oh, there's a Teacher's Pest, though. Magus is not a... it doesn't even produce colored mana. It's whatever. We take our Teacher's Pest. Ways to trigger this. Ooh. Oh, Reprieve. This is a very good card. More for like Timeless or whatever it is on Arena, the historic stuff. I'm going to take the Limerite here. We may not even have to play this card if the other Limerite wheels. Ooh. Here's another payoff for the life gain. Notice this isn't like gaining you life or something. This is more of a C card. I've explained in some other things. Like this deck is A, have payoffs for gaining life, B, gain the life to enable those. And this is just more stuff. It's not a creature that cares about you gain. Holy crap. I don't know if I want to take it over a Chupacabra. Like, I think one of these effects is the most that I would want to run. And I would really just want this removal spell on a stick. Here, nothing for us. We could take Mage Tower Referee. If we really want. Maybe the Lumerites don't come around, but they did. Notice I'm giving up a Burrow Barrage though for it. I'm gonna take the Limerite. Maybe wrong. I'm gonna just cut that card. It was the best remaining card. We weren't gonna use anything else. There's a Wilton Heat still left? That's crazy. Don't really need this card. Pull from the Grave is pretty nice. Gain life and get back some of these early creatures. Oh, I will definitely take the Reprieve. Like, it is actually good enough to run in limited if you're white, I'd say. Here, there's Noxus Newt, Sundering Archaic. Pestbrood Soth is great, and so is Essent Knit Scholar. This can draw cards. This is just a nice 4/4 reach creature. Reach is a very important keyword. Flyers really can just get you dead. I think I'd just like this card a lot more though. But this could wheel. I think we're the only Witherbloom player. I think we're going to try to maximize it and take the monocolor card to hopefully wheel this. Here we get Send in the Pest, which is solid. We also get Burrow Barrage, but we get Grapple with Death. We're going to take this. Gains life, destroys creature, or artifact. And there are plenty of artifacts worth targeting in this format. Here, it is between the Witherbloom Charm, which is, it's okay. Lumerites have been wheeling, and we already have 3 of them. I think I'm gonna want the Barrage. Though the modality on this might make it better. It can draw cards too, and Witherbloom is the school that has the hardest time, like, drawing and keeping up. Everybody else kind of has infinite stuff to do with their mana, and Witherbloom can actually stumble. Like, their creatures don't actually do much when they're already in play, as opposed to like all the other ones with prepared spells. Like, these don't have prepared spells on them, which is kind of weird. What's this do? Bring the light? Sure. I'm just gonna take this. This is a playable, though, that I might actually want. Ooh, the dual land is great. We do have quite a few twos. If you could get like multiple Send in the Pest plus like Mind Roots, it's amazing. But we didn't see any Mind Roots. But we want to make our mana base better. Veil of Summer is really nice. Fall of the Lumerates is also pretty nice. I'm going to take the Fall of the Lumerates here. In this deck, it's pretty much 2 mana, draw 2 cards. Because we are gaining a lot of life in this deck. And the deck is pretty much done, so we'll just take this. Take the mana. This is the next best card, so we'll cut it. If we want to draw, it's Cost of Brilliance, but I might not want that. Baroque Barrage I'll want. Probably start cutting these Mage Tower Referees. Second Pull from the Grave probably doesn't make the cut. I actually think it's probably this Comforting Counsel should go. But I'm going to try it. If we've gained 5 life with our pest mascots in play and stuff, the game should just be over. We already have a Cost of Brilliance in the sideboard. Ooh, what the heck? Elite Interceptor. And a rare still to show. Okay. So we're short a playable if we run 17 lands, which we're going to. So it's probably going to be our Cost of Brilliance getting back in the deck. Or a Mage Tower Referee. We have 3, 4, 5 early plays. We're going to put 1 Referee back in. That puts us at 15 creatures. We got quite a few gold cards to be playing. It's not fantastic. Maybe it should be Cost of Brilliance. Yeah, we're gonna run Cost of Brilliance instead. No great rares for the deck, though. I mean, we got the green Archaic dude, which is a very nice card. But it's not like some bomb rare or anything. This is just sort of just popper deck here. We've got now. Ooh, I don't want to miss my land drop here though. Only options the tap land. Maybe we'll draw an untapped. Oh, right, good. Swamp Plains. And last gasp. And look, my Comforting Counsel comes up and gets played, and I've got none of the AB synergies that I need for the deck. As far as like gaining life and stuff goes. This is just a solid player, because if he does remove it, I draw a card. He kind of has to remove it. Ooh, I essentially have like 2 removal spells in hand if I can draw another land. Nice. Just wish I could get this Teacher's Pest down. Maybe there's an argument to be made. I should have played it instead of the Tenured Concoctor. Oh, jeez. Don't kill my Death Touch dude. Please. Does he have an indestructible trick? Last gasp? What? Okay. Fair, I guess. This is... oh, getting to be dumb here. So I can gain 5? Ooh. if you see this, but I can gain 5, which will be my 5th life gain trigger, and essentially give this a shitload in stats. Nice. Completely blown out. That was a very poor draw for the for that enchantment too. Took forever to get it online, but it still got there, and it was quite powerful. I was happy to have it that game. There's nothing else for me to do. I don't want him to untap and make the treasure. If that was his plan of like splashing. These blue decks tend to want to splash. What does this guy? Oh my god. Yeah, that guy's gotta die. A 4/4 flyer is pretty scary. I'm okay with the trade. But now we can like Poisoner's Apprentice. It'll gain the life and it'll kill this dude. Yeah, see, he really wants that treasure for something. I know he had the Biblioplex, so he had whatever mana he wanted. There's a 3/3. I just want to trade off these guys. He's already used the spell. Doesn't kill my Death Toucher. He did surveil 2 lands away, which was really good for him, so maybe it was better. Tester of the... Makes it 2/2. Okay. This is getting wild here. gotta get another freaking land somehow. This can be played just as a 1-1, I guess. Procrastinate for a crap ton? Okay. Move his counter onto the flyer? It's disgusting. Yeah, I'll Stone Rain you. Actually, I'm gonna play Sloth. Okay. Creatures get to get a little bit bigger. Assuming he's got something here. He had punt attack. Yeah. The little bow is hard to see sometimes, I guess. This is just going to be the best play, right? Yeah, opponent really screwing up there. And he's got to give me a card. This guy is so good. I never get to attack with him. It's just, hey, this guy eats a removal spell but draws me a card every time. It only feels bad when he gets countered. Solid 2-0 start. I don't think that had really much to do with the deck. That was really just on our opponent. Our opponent's deck looked really weak. Ribbit. Ooh. See, it would just be better if it was a 2-mana creature though here, for sure. Do I just kill this thing? It is pretty nice though to get down my... I want to kill it before it gets counters though. So I can kill it response. This is mana value. The silver coat one is power 2 or less. the 2 here. See what else he plays. Okay. I was kind of hoping he would just target it with something and I could get a little value there. Could have just played for double green, but I didn't have anything to do with the 1 mana anyway. We're going to start gaining life soon. Okay? It's going to happen. And it's going to be like, oh man, this is so much better than a creature. Follow up? He does not. We will just actually play this for 2 green. Guy's on the green splash. Okay. No block. Okay. You'd never really want to do this where you surveil at sorcery speed and just give the information away to your opponent that you don't have anything. Just get him dead here. Now just 1 blocker means I have lethal anyway. Well, no. He could jump this. If he just passed and had full mana up with cards in hand. I may not have even gone for the removal spell on the creature there. Which, you know, there's... I think I would have. I'm just saying there's a chance that maybe I don't. Maybe I respect that he's got mana up. He might have the indestructible combat trick or something. And he knew that if he swung in, you know, just blocking with the Death Toucher, you know, may not affect the outcome of the game that much. Can I get a hand with a Lumerate in it, please? I'm getting these hands, like I'm drawing all my freaking pest mascots. Really? I just needed a land, dude. I don't know if I need third pest mascot. That's ridiculous. Lead on. Alright, he doesn't have a 2 black removal spell. Interesting. Removing this would actually be amazing for me. Not with an exile spell though, dude. Come on. Whatever. Guy's just on mono black. I'm gonna hold this land to discard, I think. Just send in the pests or something. I don't have much value in playing it right now. Essentially, you know, I've got 2 removal spells in hand. 3. So I've got no more expensive creatures than 6 mana. No reason to have it's the double spell, and I can already do that. Okay, so he is Witherblooming. Play 1 land, or maybe not. He's Witherbloom, so he could have a Mind Roots. So I'll discard the 2 lands. Certainly don't want to be discarding removal. Teacher's Pest. He finally gets some Some life gain here. But we can push a lot of damage this next turn. Goes the 4. Makes a pest. Kills a dude. It's rough. Nice. A shared roots. I could have made him draw 2 and lose 2 life. The Banemaker can get pumped to 3. He can't multi-block this because of the trample. He's got to have something here. Oh, he's dead. Okay. You can see, I've made comments before, like, this is a really good card. And this looks like a really good card. And Environmental Scientist is probably the best uncommon. But when you don't have just the life gain plus the payoffs, deck doesn't do anything. He did mess up by playing this Poisoner's Apprentice, thinking it would kill my creature when it didn't. So that was a decent sized pump up, but he just didn't get a life gain. Trigger that, like, whole game he gained like 1 life off of the targeted removal spell. I think that was the only time he gained life. But if he had saved it, he could have double removaled like I did with him. And he would have been a lot better off. It's not like he was blocking anyway. Now this is the hand. Loomer in the Mascot. On the play. This guy doesn't have a shock or something. He's gonna be feeling it. Does he -3/-3 in response? No? Okay. Yeah, just give me another land too here. Am I supposed to attack? Nah, it's not like there's fight spells or anything in Silver Quill. double black. Maybe I just attack with the smaller one? You know what? No. We gotta get this guy dead. Might have the indestructible trick, and that would be very bad. He does. Oh god. Yeah, I should have just attacked with the smaller one. And representing the trick again here. I gotta give it to him. I can't stay here forever. This is just disgusting. Well, maybe I am supposed to sit till I... Well, I need a removal spell. That I could have fired off in response is the only thing that I could have done here. Actually better than removal spells because he didn't have to target it to give me a card. He still has stuff he can play. He's leaving the 2/2 back though. I guess I should have maybe played Sloth last turn, because if he plays another creature, he's not going to block and trade with this anymore. Okay. Really thinking about that scry. I gotta make this attack. I just don't see how I can just sit here forever. Okay. Okay. Sneaky reach time. Come on, swing. Damn. He had to get rid of my guy. This gives a creature flying. Disgusting. I do have interaction in the deck. So, any point in time, I could remove this Abigail and turn this game around. Just saying. Or he could over attack here. Like put the 1/1 counter on the mascot. Ooh. I want a little information before I decide if I'm blocking. Five. Take 9. I go to 9. He can't just give this flying again though. And this gets flying in a 1/1 counter. Like he can make the dudes. It would re-prepare Abigail. He could essentially make this like a 5/5 flyer. Is it worth it to me to just prevent the damage here? And then I get the pest, and then I can attack. And I can get my dude in. Okay. Oh, it's got to be cast a creature spell. Okay. He eats a pest. I eat his Death Toucher, so he doesn't have good blocks anymore. This is just really... Well, I don't die, though. If he plays a creature... I mean, I'm not dead, but I'm pretty much dead. He can put a counter on his honor-bound page to be able to block here. And it's just the double masterful flourish hand with a Death Toucher. So freaking random. See, I could win with a removal spell. Because he's only got 5 toughness blocking. I'll gain a life on this attack. If it's the spell that kills... should have upkeep surveilled. Okay. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well. Well, that doesn't target. Like he has, well, he can get a land here. If he gets an untapped land to play his Abigail spell, he wins. If he bricks on 5 cards. He did. He actually did. He can't attack now. He could attack with 1 creature. Or 2, I guess. He could still attack with the Abigail. He's just gonna get him for 2. Okay. Archaic. That is a reach creature. It doesn't gain life or anything. It's just a 2/2 reach. And he's going to have an extra flyer anyway. I have to win the game this turn. Do I... What can I draw for 3 mana? Or do I just have to let it rip? Do I have an out at 3 mana? I've got... Yeah. I've got the destroy spell. Yeah. So that's the out. Witherbloom Charm is 2 or less. I can kill the mascot. I could also gain 5 life. Okay, there's not going to be a lot better than that. This is interesting. I might actually have him here. Oh, the gain 5 giving him +5/+5. Or +3/+3. Okay, so I gain as it goes to 9, 12. Yeah, he dies. Or 13. Oh. That was huge. Okay, this card has actually won me some games, but it takes so long to get there. I don't know why I can't just get my life gain stuff sooner, but man, it could just... I'm really glad I'm not running 2 copies. I'll say that much. Drawing a second copy in either of those games would have just been over. I still think it's probably better just to have another 2-drop in the slot. If you can. I don't think it's better than the 2-1 the referee guy. The artifact that I was thinking about running. Though he would have applied more pressure and probably grew faster and been relevant sooner in the game. But the ideal is that you just get one of your other 2-drops instead of that guy, because he's not the best either. The Silver Coral Charm does exile creatures power 2 or less, so you might have the exile effect here. He does have an exile effect. What? Like, every time? It's like... every time I just know, like, oh, what's the answer they have? They certainly have it. Just let them play it. Is it just me, or did that seem excessive? Like, why do you want to get the card out of your hand so badly? Like, you're really wanting to pump this up that much? Like, you were really worried about the 2 damage you were going to take here? Just a little confused by it. I think that's just the player going, oh, look, I can play this card, let me just do that. Without really thinking of, like, do I get much out of this? Probably better to hold it to get 2 triggers of repartee in a turn instead of spend it now and only have 1. Getting pinched on black here really sucks. I think I might just be last gasping this guy. Or maybe it's just last gasp whatever he targets with the dig site inventory. Yeah. Well, this gets 2 counters. This makes it a 4/4. That's fine enough, I guess. I mean, he inventories this. I just block it with Wild Growth Archaic. Inventory Shattered Acolyte. I just take the 4 damage and then remove it with a Wander Off or something. I have no idea why someone in that position would concede. You gotta think that I was at 5 wins there. I should be playing against other people with about the same amount of wins, and you're just gonna scoop like that? Like, how bad does his deck have to be? I mean, it seemed like he had plays. Like, it wasn't just playing through. It's not like his hand was just lands. Maybe he was splashing a color and all his cards in hand were uncastable. But still, he's not in just such a dire position there that he needs to concede. Maybe once I play my removal spells, you concede, sure, if you don't have any follow-up plays. If it was 3 forests, wow. This is just going to be the variance loss that you get. Doesn't matter like how good a player or anything you are in Magic, like what, 20-25% of your games you're just going to lose to this kind of variance. And maybe I'm being too pessimistic. I certainly haven't lost yet. I don't feel like just running one of these out into a counterspell now, though. Bogwater Lumerate in your soup deck? What? Maybe he had a draft where he started Witherbloom. He started black-green, and then it dried up on him. I don't know. Like, maybe he's just got super powerful splashes. Could be a thing too. Maybe he's just a believer in the converged top end, and he is just a straight Witherbloom deck that's stretching his mana base a little bit to put some converged spells in there. Maybe just some Snarl Songs. I should have just cast the Lumerate, I guess. I'm gonna make him use the mana. just don't get why you use a card. Like, I guess he's got a play he wants to make afterwards. Yeah, that's a pretty good play to make. Oh yeah, I hadn't gained life. I have to play this just to have blockers. Rough. Really rough. Well, I guess you get the added benefit of throwing in some good other top-end cards that don't just have to be converged payoffs. Like if you do have a really good blue spell to splash. I mean, my mana base didn't get there on being able to splash the blue paradigm spell, but I really wish it had. I just can't believe he actually, like, with this stretched mana base, like, curved out perfectly still. Okay, that's enough. We don't need to go any further. That was already enough. We still got another loss to give to hopefully get my first trophy with a black-green deck. I think if you look at a lot of different players' rankings and stuff of things, it started out like before the format even launched. People thought that maybe the Lorehold or Silver Quill decks wouldn't quite get there because there was just so much like cheap interaction and stuff floating around. And people were really on like green having the best cards and then black having the second best cards. And it has turned out that just hasn't mattered. It's really about the synergies of the decks, and Witherbloom's synergies are just the worst. And the hardest to pull together. You need multiple copies of the same cards. One Lumerin isn't enough, one Pescott Mascot just isn't enough. This is quite painful, but I think I'm supposed to lead with this. And then that way I can save Lumerit plus Apprentice play to guarantee the life gain. Oh, that's okay. This guy's a house? Uh-oh. Well, this... Okay, so even if he removes this, it gains a life itself, so... This is fine. Just don't counter this, buddy. Don't counter me, bro. I was gonna say, if it didn't gain a life itself, then it wouldn't see this coming into play. Am I just supposed to get just a Lumerit back with my pull from the grave here? I do not want to let this live. And I also don't want to wander off it. Yeah, I'm just gonna fire it off because I don't want to get real greedy. If you get... I'm not gonna out-greed and out-value the blue decks. I need to just get in there. Get done what I can get done. Like, he's going to have a better late game than me. But I'm going to have a much better, like, right now, I'm going to have better mid-game. Like, the previous turn, this turn, next turn, that's where I need to get as much out of it as I possibly can. He's just... going slow and steady here. He's just buying time. And Man of War has been a card, a very good card, ever since I started playing this damn game back in freaking '97. Like when I was a kid. It's like, oh, this card looks pretty good. Yeah, it's freaking great. I'm gonna hold Wander Off / Surveil instead of playing the other Lumerit. Okay. It's definitely something worth Wander Offing. I would make the trade. Let's get this blocker out of here so I can start getting my 1/1s in. What? You die in 4 turns. You have 4 turns. I'm out of cards. You have Surveil lands, or I have a Surveil land, but what in the hell is that concede? For a freaking trophy? You kidding me? Anyway, I've been learning my lesson. Oh wait, it was the previous deck that I had the Paradigm spell. I don't know. I think I mentioned that earlier by mistake. But this was the draft that kind of started wishy-washy, kind of all over the place, and then just quickly settled in by about pick 6 or 7 of the draft. Was like, okay, these Witherbloom cards are open. As you can see, like, this Archaic was my first pick, and it's okay. You can just curve out on it too, like play it as a 2-drop, a 1/1 that will just pump your creatures from there on out. That's fine. You could also play it as a 4-mana 4/4 if you're splashing different colors, which I'm not, so at most it was a 2/2, and it still seemed fine. Nothing amazing. It's not like it was a bomb or anything. And that was it, right? Did I even have another rare I was playing? Oh, the Comforting Counsel is a rare that I played that I probably shouldn't have. Even with a deck like this that had enough life gain synergies, it just didn't didn't feel fantastic. I think I win the game if I drew any other 2-drop instead of it. I still win the games that it won me, I think, on the turns that I played it anyway, because every time it sat on the battlefield for a while. And if I had just had like another Lumerate or a removal spell or something, it would have been better. At least that's how I kind of felt about it. I could be completely wrong, and it's good enough here. Maybe I want more life gain synergies. Like maybe I want, especially like more grapple with deaths. This card's so good. Let's say like our removal was just these 4 cards. And potentially the charm. Oh, and the apprentice. So 6 interaction spells is really where you're wanting to get to in a format that's really bomb heavy like this. I would actually kind of like the idea of running 7 or 8. But it turned out this was enough to trophy. So this definitely changes my mind quite a lot on how weak Witherbloom is. I thought this deck was just garbage, and you needed the perfect curve outs, and if you didn't get it, it would just fall on its face and not do anything. At least that's how it always seemed to me. Like when I lost to it, it was Lumered onto pest mascot, you know, just curving up, and the 4-drop, the 4 mana 4/4 reach guy that is a 6/6 if you gain life. Like it's just like I would lose to curve outs like that. But if they didn't have those curve outs, it seemed like I would just, no matter what deck I was playing, I could beat them. This deck, I won quite a few games without curving out perfectly, and it worked out fine. So I'm going to definitely be more open to the idea of getting into these Witherbloom decks moving forward. So hope you got something out of it too, and catch you next time.